My amazing Leos, welcome into a brief next 48-hour tarot reading for you. I am truly struggling today, so bear with me. But we're beginning with an overall pre-pulled oracle energy of peace, okay? They just finished that with and comfort, so peace and comfort taking a highlight. I do really feel strongly that this collective being drawn to this reading, we're winding back certain factors of your life definitely stripped away or minimalize the peace that you truly deserve and desire, maybe even demand from the universe. It feels like you need to remember who and what has affected you in your world, your energy in that sense, not for a sake of, remembering the worst per se, but to prevent and protect your beautiful Leo energy, okay? And again, the peace that you are meant to maintain and live, with moving forward along your individual path. But let's move into the tarot part of the reading. What else we have for Leo? Flopping out the Two of Swords, the Queen of Wands, the Sun card, our energy, as well as the High Priestess. You're going to be getting intuitive hits in the next 48 of importance, okay? You're as well going to feel as if Spirit wants to communicate through numbers and symbols. This is going to be key for you to either write down, take a picture if need be, if that's going to, be of assistance for you, if you can't look up the angel number meaning or the spiritual meaning of whatever that ends up being for you in the moment, because it feels like these messages are going to feel very random but important. All right, and so I get if you're at work or if you're out and about and you don't have the moment to do so, to look it up. Point is, you need to look it up at some point, even if it's after this day. But you are expecting the worst. I don't know why this is coming through, but it feels like you can't help but connect your past to what's going on and what hasn't come to be and what is expected to come to be moving forward. But it feels like Spirit's saying just because you've struggled, just because you've been messed with or treated poorly and dealt with lack, rewinding back and maybe even currently, does not mean that speaks upon and represents and predicts your future. You can change the game for yourself. Now, I feel like as well your choices are being very much bolded, pointed out by Spirit, because you're not at times choosing to trust your intuition when you know you should be, okay? You're feeling something is the wrong thing to consume or be one with or, choose otherwise, and then you still go for it, okay? Just being completely real with you. But it does feel like your world is transforming as we speak. And I do feel like this is intertwined with, at least to an extent, with the victory that you are embodying is what I'm hearing, embracing and creating for yourself. And I want to say for some drawn to the reading, maybe even your loved ones. But these two pairing together, I feel as if you're going to be ultra passionate in the next 48, and that doesn't have to be anywhere close to involving over exuding yourself, right? Because that's part of the reasoning that you're going to be feeling peaceful, all right? Because you're even coming off more peaceful than you're feeling in the moment. I hope that makes sense. Very much given, being given the example of me doing these readings, I feel less peaceful than I know the readings come out to be, okay? I rewatch it, edit it afterwards, and even watch it for my own sake. And I'm like, okay, well, that's not how I felt in the midst of recording, in the midst of reading the cards. But I also feel like things like Reiki and tarot readings, oracle cards, stuff like that is going to come up, be utilized in the next 48, whether you're doing it yourself and or someone else's. But going back to the Sun card, it does feel like if you look at the High Priestess as well, she has a very peaceful, serene sort of energy and visual about her, okay? And so I feel like there may be a moment or two where Spirit's saying, close your eyes, okay? Get some rest. Close your eyes and let us show you a vision of importance. Close your eyes and trust what you're feeling intuitively in the moment. Now, it does feel like part of the reason why you are happy in the next 48, and even, as I lose my breath a bit, that may even come through in moments where you're overly serious. You can still be joyful, happy, and fulfilled, but still be, serious. It feels like you don't feel the need to put on a show, you might still be doing so. I mean, we are Leos after all, but it does feel like this is very much part of you not feeling the need to force it at this point along your path. It does as well feel as if Spirit's saying, sit back in your throne and do what you do best. And part of that is manifesting. Part of that is co-creating, all right? Because I do feel as if being drawn to this reading, you have a large team of guides. And I'm not surprised to hear the message of you will be receiving an additional 1 or 2 guides within the next 48. Wow, I was expecting that to come through, after this 2-day period that we're speaking upon, but they're saying specifically in the next 2 days. And this person was born and raised where you were residing, okay? But, and that's of significance for whatever reason. I feel like you need to maybe learn more about where you're living. Maybe they're more so, there's just a specific reasoning for you individually. Anyways, moving right along, it does feel like in the midst of being passionate in your own individual way or ways, being very evident to other people, you're feeling a bit blinded to the light at times, but more so blinded to what lies ahead. They're saying don't question it, okay? Because it does feel like there's certain factors of your path that feel unknown. Just 1 second. Sorry, just per usual, energy is just negatively affecting me as someone comes and goes from the building. But let's keep pulling for Leo. Ooh, the 10 of Pentacles, the Magician card, no surprise, and the King of Pentacles. I really feel as if you're manifesting a financially successful, stable, and secure future for yourself. Whether you realize this or not, Spirit's going to say, speak something into existence in a small way and watch that support and, confirm even for some that you will be manifesting this 10 of Pentacles future for yourself and maybe again for your loved ones. Okay, maybe that was a different reading that I said that, but I do feel as if you are confident, okay? There's a strut about you when you're out and about, when you're even in your hermit mode, your alone time, and Spirit's saying this is inspirational. 8 of Swords in reverse. There's a sense of freedom within your energy field, feeling free to roam, to do what you want, to structure your days as you wish. I feel like there's a bit of confusion within your energy, all the meanwhile, going back to the 2 of Swords, feeling like you might have at least partially the energy of a lost soul, all right? Don't take that offensively. I can relate, and I'm a Leo sun if you're new to the channel. And it feels like this is very much coming up in moments when you're, say, taking a walk on your own, or maybe going for a drive, or just communicating, to yourself is what I just heard. So you might be talking to yourself. It might be, honestly, a way that Spirit's choosing to communicate to you, speaking through you. But for somebody, this is as well when you are migrating, okay? Traveling to work or to go shopping or to see somebody. But it feels like Spirit's saying you're not as lost as you're feeling at certain points. And you need to remember that what you do focus upon grows, prospers, and comes to be, or falls apart. So going back to the Magician card, you need to tread carefully. But it does feel like Spirit is saying where you do feel a bit off and lost and maybe lacking that fulfillment, you will find your way moving forward. It has to happen in steps and pieces. It's not going to be solved and figured out overnight. But the World card coming out because I feel like you're seeing your world changing for the better. All right, there's evidence of this, and you need to be honoring that by trusting your intuition and making certain correct choices so your world doesn't transform negatively moving forward, right? Overconsumption needs to be put to a rest, all right? I'm not even going to say minimalizing it, and that could be anything from alcohol, drugs. It could be definitely when it comes to negative content or toxic content online. You know what I'm saying. And even over or associating in general with certain energies, people, and I'm hearing subjects that you know aren't good for you, period. But I feel like you also need to heal, all right? Your choices do add up for the better and for the worse. And so this leaves you, and even just, I feel like for a lot, being someone who overworks himself or just does something that's quite draining, reminding me of me in these readings. and of course my serving job. But it does feel like you do need to heal to the furthest extent. Now, if you feel that you have been oversleeping and or undersleeping, there's a regulation of your sleep cycles, sleep schedule, if you will, taking place. But I do feel as if you do need to protect your energy when need be, okay? Because it feels like, especially for my very spiritually connected Leos drawn to the reading, a lot is flowing towards you. This could be as well when it comes to obligations and communication otherwise. But bear with me, as energy in this house is very much affecting me negatively, and that might be happening to you. There's something about you needing to remember that something in your life that you are committed to for the time being is temporary. This could be a job, it could be where you're living, it could be a car that's giving you troubles. Okay, I didn't expect that one. But it may be as well a time period where you're experiencing a sense of lack, all right, for a lot of which it's your finances. But again, going back to these two energies, you're manifesting financial wealth moving forward. It's as if you think at times you're not manifesting something that you need and or want, but then Spirit's saying it's just pushed out a little bit later than you want it, okay? It's also this reading that's giving the message of you in the next 48 being shown the way by Spirit and by your intuition, but at times skipping over it or ignoring it or not giving the credit where credit's due. And it was, well, I feel you deserve, to be receiving, giving yourself the credit for putting in the hard work, for not giving up, for being a hardworking soul. But wow, I lost a message I was trying to get out, but it happens for a reason. You as well will be feeling very comfortable for the most part. It reminds me of me where I'm staying currently, where this room is super comfortable. I have my own bathroom back there and whatnot, but then it's the energy of other people and the way they're living. It's just, and I'm right off the kitchen, you can imagine that's a bit noisy and disturbing, especially when doing these readings. But it's this comfort that you're experiencing while it feels like the energy is off, okay? And things do affect you being drawn to this reading. Now, I feel like you do want to begin again, all right? And this may be in regards to where you're being reminded that situation is temporary. But you also do need to think about time being on your side. There's something about that. I feel like you're thinking about how things are speeding on by. It's as if, the next 2 days will feel quick for you, but they're not meant to feel like they're dragging, okay? But then there's this feeling of, well, why can't it be somewhere in between where I actually have the chance to enjoy certain aspects of it? So this pushes you to remember where your control lies in regards to that, because Spirit's saying you can stop, put your foot on the brake and smell the roses, right? Being that, traditional saying. But, appreciate the moment, and that will help you with that greatly. But it's, again, we're going back to, the overall energy of peace, because it feels like you, even in the moments of having ultimate peace and comfort, and joy potentially as well, are wanting to manifest and create and co-create, is what I just heard, even more peace in your life. It feels like Spirit's saying, well, your choices moving forward definitely can affect your peace levels for the better or for the worse, right? And this definitely applies to, I'm getting specifically, who you decide to hang out with or communicate with, all right, bond with. But let's pull a couple more before we wrap this up. What else do we have? Oh yeah, the Four of Cups came out, as well as the Chariot card. There are going to be moments where Spirit's saying, yes, you're a motivated soul, but it doesn't mean you have to overdo it. Interesting, because in the beginning of the reading, we were mentioning you don't feel the need to force it, but that could be, overdoing it otherwise. But I also sense that Spirit's highlighting who and what has not served you and will not moving forward. That's not going to change, okay? But a peaceful wish fulfillment is taking a highlight for the future. Somebody needs a place to live. Somebody needs a new car. But this as well could be two different manifestations for you. I also feel like who you're meant to date, commit to moving forward, or stay committed to, is meant to be a peaceful soul, and remembering that they're meant to bring that ultimate peace to your life as well, right? Not strip it away. or alter it. But I do want to say, to wrap up this reading, this is meant to be, again, a very peaceful, comfortable, and constructive time for you, where we're preparing you for your peaceful, successful future as you manifest a ton of wealth. Okay? So I hope this was truly helpful. Sending you so much love and light. Don't forget to book a personal reading with myself. I'll definitely see you next time.